G'day everybody, Duckville here, back to cast some more games. This is from the NA server. Hope you've all been enjoying Season 7 so far. Of course, we've got some new maps, we've got some new styles that are starting to come out of some of the particular races as well. Today here we are going to be watching a very interesting game. It is between a good friend of mine who is the Protoss down in the bottom right hand side of Antigua Shipyard. It is ePiGemini. He's previously known as Styx. I've done a couple of casts of him before. Was previously Styx, but is now switching back to Gemini. I believe he was Gemini before, but has had a change of heart in regards to his name. He's going to be starting out here against a Terran across the right-hand side. As you can see, a very popular Terran and very unpopular Terran when it comes to TVP because it can be extremely scary in this particular matchup. It is STBomber. He's going to be facing off just from the left-hand side here. So I'll be very interested to see how Gemini goes about this particular game. It looks as if we're going to go very standard here for the moment. Nothing cheesy out of either player just for the time being. Before we get too far into it, of course, let's make mention of course, the Facebook page for my cast. If you could please jump on there, facebook.com/DuckvilleSC2. We're trying to get some more likes on there and get some more cool features going. I'm just trying to, grab a little bit of a base on there, and then we can start doing some prizes and competitions and all that sort of thing. That's right, competitions. Probably looking to do some very small-scale tournaments. Perhaps not your average style of tournament. Perhaps something a little bit more fun than your average, to 32-player 1 versus 1 tournament. We might do some more fun things, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, need your help, so make sure you jump on there and give some support as well. I would love you to death without the happy ending, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, Gemini just scouting out here. He's just jumped into the main base of Bomber. You can see that there is only the one gas for the moment. He's going to steal the second gas, puts the assimilator down. A popular tactic, of course, back in Brood War, but these days in StarCraft 2, there are so many ways that a Terran can open up. It's not too much of a problem. This kind of style just basically eliminates any sorts of early Cloak Banshee attacks. You can still do a one gas Banshee style, but it's not really too much of a great idea to do that when you don't really have the backup of that second gas anyway. So that's going to just eliminate a possibility there for Gemini. So he's going to be well aware of just the basic options. Of course, when you're playing against a Terran like this, you've got to be aware of such things as the one Rax expand. As we can see here, there is a tech lab on that Rax there, so you can see that that's prepared. There already is a Marine out, so there could be something else that's just about to pop out once that Rax lights finish flashing as they do. Looks as if Gemini is going to go for his own very quick expansion, getting out the one gate expand going here. We've only got the one gas for him as well. So both of these guys look like they are electing to go for very quick expansions. It looks as if the probe is going to go to work on this SCV. He may even kill the SCV depending on the micro here from Bomber. Does keep it away from the probe just for a long enough time to let that Reaper go to town on the probe, and it looks as if that expansion is going to go up free of charge for the moment. So nice little opening here from both of these players. A little bit cheeky from Gemini to steal the gas, and it looks as if Bomber is going to get some scouting out very soon. We've got the SCV finally getting inside the natural expansion, and he is actually going to be a little bit sneaky himself, keeping that SCV out of range. So he's perhaps just going to be saying, look, I'm going to just keep this guy out of the fight for the moment. There is going to be a Stalker very soon, if not already out, and as we can see, already on top of that, Gemini is well prepared for that possible SCV, but he does have a Zealot inside the natural expansion here, already doing a little bit of damage. The Marauder being microed around. Beautiful stuff there from Bomber to keep that alive. The Zealot will die without getting too much done, but it's a little bit, you open up this Marauder here. This guy needs to bandage himself up, get some antiseptic, and heal up those wounds. He's not going to be going into battle too swiftly right at the start of the game, so these Stalkers will be very happy about that. Nice little patrol from Gemini here. What he's just doing is, of course, making sure that he's covering both sides of the position where the Reaper can jump up. As you can see, you can actually just jump up this side here into the gas. You can, of course, jump into the middle, and then, of course, on this side of the gas as well. So it's good to be patrolling in that good sort of area there. Of course, you can just patrol straight through there anyway, but as we can see, good patrolling, being prepared for that Reaper if it does come around again. Meanwhile, the Reaper is, he doesn't care. He's actually having a lunch break just up here at the 3rd expansion. Probably just going to try and snipe any probes that come up to take a 3rd base if they do attempt to try that. And it looks as if Gemini is going to look to do a bit of a move out here. We don't have a proxy pylon just across at Bomber's side of the map just yet. Normally you'll see one somewhere around here or up here, but is there even a probe coming across? No, it doesn't actually look like there's a probe just yet. But Bomber himself has prepared. He's got a lot of Marines here. They don't have stim just as of yet. It's only halfway done, so 2 bunkers are going to go up. There is a Marauder in one of these, which is going to help out against those Stalkers. But a little bit of pressure here from Gemini. I don't think it's the greatest idea to try and attack into this, because when that 2nd bunker completes, which it just does now, there is no way he's going to be able to bust up there. So at the moment for Bomber, we've currently got 3 racks rolling with a reactor on one, the tech lab on the other, with as we mentioned, stim just about to complete. Both the gas are done, and he's even grabbed a 3rd gas down at the natural expansion as well. So it looks as if Bomber is going to go for that, perhaps that 11-minute timing here, where you pull out a couple of minivacs and have a nice little stim and concussive shell sort of army going out. It really depends how many more Marauders he puts into this force here, but he's just checking around to see if there are any proxy pylons at all. Can't see any just yet, so he's going to be free to just sit back for the moment. He doesn't actually need to do too much of a scan of what's going on, but here we are with Gemini now getting up a Forge, a Twilight Council as well, really taking up nicely here with that very quick 2nd base, of course, that allows the Protoss to either commit to a very heavy attack. You see MC do things with 6 and sometimes 7 gates, or even Huck with his crazy 8-gate build that we saw him use at MLG. But these are the type of things that you can do with that quick base, and Gemini does like to use this very quick tech here, getting the blink up to make sure he can cover the sides with these blink stalkers once that's done, and then of course getting up the armor to help out the zealots in battle, and then also having the observer and possibly immortals as well to deal with any marauder threats that may come about. But Bomber, of course, as he is well known for, is macroing up like a beast. As we can see, a couple more racks being constructed just over here. Interesting to see that he hasn't actually sort of walled this off just a little bit more. It might help, but I suppose it's up to the player as how they choose where they wall off, of course. But he's going to be building up these extra racks here with a tech lab and a reactor, so he's going to be getting up some tech very soon. Gemini has scouted out what's going on inside the main base here. Got to be very careful with that probe. Got to make sure you can see exactly what's going on, and be careful of any turrets that may be in the Terran base. As we can see, there is one here, so he's just about in range of that turret. Turret takes shots and actually takes down the observer, so that is very unfortunate there for him. There are 4 medevacs just cruising around the map. They've loaded up on all of the units there. +1 to weapons is just about to complete. Would not be surprised if Bomber tries to hit a timing attack where he comes in with the +1 completing there. And as we can see, Gemini doing a good job, as he does in every single game I've seen him play, patrolling some of these observers around to make sure he has good vision of what is coming about from the sides. And now he will be able to see that there is an attack coming through the main section here. We've got zealots and sentries on the ground. There is a Templar here. Storm is not done, just halfway done at the moment, and the Stalkers looks as if they are getting in position here, maybe able to snipe off these medevacs before they can get too much done, and they do indeed, sniping out 2 of the medevacs, removing a lot of that Terran army from the field there, just straight up. As we can see, the supply count just evening up and then just boosting ahead here for Gemini. The automaton is not actually one of the workers at all, so we'll leave him out of it. But Storm being chronoed out now. Charge also on the way. A couple of gates are going to help out with this defense as well, because Bomber has not gone home yet. Boosted up the forces with a little bit of Marauder power here, so he's actually gone straight up to the Ghost Academy. Where is that? That is just across to, there it is. Okay, so he's got the Ghost Academy here. He's going to be really boosting out those ghosts as quickly as possible. Once they are out, of course, with Quick Templar comes Quick Storms, which is very nice. But the problem is that once a couple of ghosts are out, you can be in a lot of trouble, because apart from the Templar, there is really no other backbone to the forces of a Protoss army when you've got those very quick Templars. So we'll have to see how Gemini goes about that. We'll have to see some good spreading of these Templar, and of course spreading of those sentries as well. Don't want to let them get caught out in an EMP, and it looks as if a probe did get caught out there, and a couple of zealots just coming across to try and make amends for that probe loss. They are not going to get even a single kill. It looks as if that Marine was kept up by the medevacs just across to the side and microed away there by Bomber. It was brilliant work, and it looks as if we may have an attack now coming in. Nope, just a scan to clear out the observers, and looks as if Gemini is going to have to really get his defensive position here. Looks as if he hasn't actually spread out fully just yet. The Stalker's now just off to the side, maybe in range of an EMP if need be, but I don't think that's going to happen just yet. Bomber wants to really keep himself in that really nice position where he can deny the third, and I would not be surprised if he actually gets up his own third command center very soon, but it looks as if he's just continuing to power out these units here. We are up to a total of 5 racks here, 2 of them with a reactor, so he's just really cranking out quite a lot of units. Going to spread some of these out now. Probably should be spreading out a few of those ghosts as well, so they can't be stormed at all if that does come about. And the second forge now going up. So the upgrades for these guys currently sitting at +1 to armor for Gemini. He's facing off against the Terran with 1-1 on armor and weapons. It looks like Bomber is he actually drew out a couple of the units here, drew an EMP onto some of those Stalkers as well. It looks as if the Templar are trying to come in here, and a couple of snipes there actually taking out the majority of those Templar. No storms were available there, and now it looks as if Gemini has actually lost quite a lot of his Zealot forces there. Without the addition of a Guardian Shield on top of those Zealots, they just went down quick smart here, and now Bomber just pushing in. It looks as if this is going to be a lot of trouble here for Gemini to hold this. Despite a couple of good force fields, he is now able to bust up the ramp, and with the Archons going down, the Templar also going down, and the Immortal is gone as well, and that will be it for Gemini in this particular game. So great little start for both players there, but unfortunately just that I think that positional play there from Bomber was quite nice. He was able to get the EMP off on the Stalkers that blinked down, and then was able to get some beautiful snipes on some of those Templar, and as we said, once those Templar are gone and the Storms are gone, you haven't really got too much of a backbone with that very quick Templar force. So just a little bit unfortunate there for Gemini, but good play to keep in check with Bomber for most of that game anyway, but hopefully we'll see him fight another day. So I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I will catch you all next time. Cheers.